Well, hello everybody. I'll wait for a few to come on. We'll get some trains running and see how we go. Is anybody there on this bank holiday Sunday? Got a drink, and it's 81 degrees up here. I must be mad. Never mind. So I've got the two cameras. Got this one and that one. They're not fixed. I can move them about, and we'll see how we get on. Yeah. Got 4 on. If you can comment, would you please, so I can see who you are. Very quick. Welcome to Robert's Train Set. Hello, Colin. Well done, my man. You're alert. What I will say is, if you go on somebody else's stream on a Sunday night, then please be free to deter me. I'm only just doing this because I just fancied doing it after going on Andy's live stream this afternoon. Hello, Cole. I'm not too bad. I mean, the shoulders still give me a little bit of jip, but it's a lot better than it was, you know. So I just thought I'd come up here and see if the trains that I've got on, and if Kelly comes, I'm afraid I've not got a steam engine anywhere, perform as well as they did this morning. Because in Andy's stream earlier on, I did say they all ran absolutely superbly under iTRAINS control for well over an hour. So I was really happy with that, and I just want to see if, when I'm broadcasting live, I get any gremlins in. Been a bit cool where you are, is it? Yeah, it's cooler outside. It's just not in here because obviously I've got the loft, got no open windows or anything, and the sun's been beating down on it all day. But yes, you go in the conservatory and it's probably hotter in there than it is up here. And then you walk outside and it's quite refreshing actually. It's not cold, it's just cooler. So yeah, that was pretty good. So I'll get some of these trains going, and I'm just going to set me time. Hello, Andy. Touche, mister. We can all do it, can't we? I'm just going to set me clock on the iTRAINS the current time, so I know where I am, and we're at 6:20. So I did try and get on for 6, and I was going to connect it by a hard wire. Unfortunately, it's the sort of the connection, not my full one from downstairs, but the one from here, didn't seem to want to join up. So I'm on the what's the name? Right. Yeah. Okay. So we've actually got 7 on, and I think only 4 in the chat. So there's obviously a few here that can't comment. So perhaps for those, if they're new, I don't know if you are new, you'll notice that people are sort of saying hello and hello and hello, which is what happens. And one of the good things about comparing your own show is you can just say it rather than have to write it. So I'm up in the loft. It's an unusual loft layout, I would say, primarily because originally it was on the dining room table, albeit a little bit smaller than it is now, but not a whole lot smaller. I think I added about a 400mm bit in when it came up here. And I did it because having it on the table for about 2.5 years, it was fine at the beginning, but it just gets a little bit tedious having it in your face all the time. So I decided to move it up here. And if you've got a nice bit of time, there's plenty of videos on me doing it, which didn't do too bad, I must admit, for me. So I'm up here now, and the latest improvement, shall we say, about a year ago I decided to change it to iTRAINS, and it's taken me about a year to get it to where it is at the moment. It's still not completely there. Hello, Kelly. I am all right, thank you, Kelly, but you're going to be rather not very kind to me because I've got no steam engines on here whatsoever. It's all diesels or electric, I'm afraid. So I won't be upset if you decide to depart and go somewhere else. Okay. So that's about it. So at the moment, I've got iTRAINS on the what's the name, and which channel? I'll leave that one on. And I'll move this one to sort of where it is, and take it down a bit. And I don't know how well this is going to show, but we'll see. I'm on StreamYard, as you've seen, so I can't actually have two cameras on, so I'll just have to switch between the two. So I'm about to switch it, which is pretty easy to do. You just sort of click on that and go to that one. And then there's the what's the name? Let's see if I can go down a little bit more. Not as easy as you think. Go there and there. It is. I always find it is quite nice being able to have it on a tripod. It's a bit wonky, isn't it? Right, that'd be better. Right, it's still wonky, but there we are. I hope you can see that. So these are all my my layout, and these are the locos that I can see, but the others are up at the top here. So I'll put it back to the layout, and you can see them all sort of start up. So let's now go back up again, and we'll see how we go. And I hope you've got your sit bags ready. Yeah, but if I take it easy, it may be not quite so bad. So we'll go up on the middle bit and wind it up. That's it. That's it on. Right, I don't know how much of this you can see. There we are. I can't do much better than that, although I could go at the end, I suppose. But we'll get these going. So I hope you don't. I hope you prefer. Hope you prefer this view rather than my mug. But you know, if you do all want to see my mug, please tell me. Yeah, I think I saw that, Kelly. Not actually watched it, but I saw it came up. It's been a bit busy today. So, we've lost one. Or we probably lost two. So obviously my spiel on what it is didn't inspire anybody, but there we are. This is how it goes. So let's first of all get the inside lock going. And that comprises of a Hatton 66. There we are. And a 411 DMU. EMU. So they're all going on the inside track, which we'll see sort of there. And I came up earlier and put on the EMU and wondered why it wouldn't go, because I've forgotten to do the Hatton 66. So the next one we'll do is maybe the Batman 101, which is on the layout. Yes, so there we are. We'll do that, and that whistles and buzzes and it starts up automatically. And the next one I think will be the 395. Okay, so now I need to get some of the others up. So the container train, let's have a go at the container train, and that buzzes as you heard. Anybody else new on? Only Colin, okay. So no, nobody new. Oh, Meriden. Hello, Meriden. Welcome to the stream. Hope you'll enjoy what I'm going to do, which is basically run trains, but I'll try and answer your queries if you've got any. So, what's the next one? Ah, yes, we've now got the 121 bubble car, which is that one. That's it. So we're getting there. So that's that one, that one, that one, that one. I've got a story about the 395 in a minute. And the other thing I've got going here is this one here. So there's one here. I'll just swing you around a bit. See this one going here? So it's just going to go backwards and forwards like a shuttle. Probably won't see a lot of it. Maybe, that's not too bad, is it? So we'll let these run and we'll see if we get. Yeah, I know you like the DMU, Kelly, so it's not all bad, is it? It wasn't a conscious effort. I didn't have any steam on. It's just how it worked out. So we've got the 395 coming through the shot in a minute here, there, and I'll show you something. Let me get it in the right camera. It's minus a carriage. I don't know what it is with this carriage, but every time it goes over there where the Stellar R12 tunnel is, it derails. And I haven't got a clue. I put oil on the coupling in case it was sticking. And I don't know. What I might do is see if I can turn the wheel, the ones that derail, which I think are these ones at this end. And if you think you can just turn it around and try it, you can't, because they're sort of been, hey, look, we've started already. So that's interesting, isn't it? Now this, I'm not kidding you, this went hours this morning without any problem whatsoever. And I don't know which one it is. Hang on a minute. Or is it fused? Oh, we've got fused. No, it hasn't. So somebody's come off. So who's that? I wonder. Let's have a look. Might be the 101. Yeah, it's 101. I've knocked the tree down. And a moon cows will know it as well. I hope you hear me. Right. That explains why it went silent. So what I need to do is push it into that platform there so we start it at the right place. I'm just going to give that point a bit of a clean. I hope you're doing all right. Anybody new? Doesn't look like it. Are you enjoying it, anybody? I'm sure we'll get there in the end. You know. You just have to watch it when I'm walking around. So easy to something through my head. Yeah. Hopefully it'll be all right. On the end. All right. Okay. So just need to take them off for a minute. Put them back on again. Another. Right, let's put it back on. Put it in there. And I'll push the button and there we go. Yeah, we're looking good. You always enjoy Colin, no? Yeah, I really did enjoy it this morning. Although that carriage was making me tear my hair out, and I haven't got enough of it, so I've got to keep it in. But with this smaller one, it seems you're right. So it's weird. It's all the other carriages were fine, you know, over the same place, and it's just over there, nowhere else. So really strange. So just want to see if the DMU goes without coming off again. Could be dirty wheels. It's done a few miles recently. So I'm going to put a few sounds on, I think. I'll also put some lights on. We've got no lights on any of it yet. Let's do that. So the 411's got some. And the DMU's got some And I'll put the sound on that. So let me know if this all gets in the way. Are you all lost of words because you're watching? Hello, Eagle Creek. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for coming along. And you subscribed to me a little while ago, didn't you? Thank you for that. Very difficult keeping up with everybody, I must admit, but it's always appreciated because I still lose them from time to time, as I think we all do. Right, let's see if this 101 behaves, shall we? We did have a few tensions this morning before it settled down. That seems all right, so we'll see how it goes. So, right, what's next? What can we have on next? I think I'll leave the Hattons off because I think it's going to be a bit noisy. I will put it on for a little while. Right, let's have the old 08 on, shall we? There we are. So what you do is you bring the train down onto the computer in the bit where you can get at it, and then you go from train to locomotive, and that's where you turn on the sounds, as you can hear. So what we got next, and to get them on the top, we just have to bring them up here and click on the actual photo, and then it comes into the first. What's the name? I hope you can hear me. Yeah, I know. I'm rambling on. Right. What else we got? 411. No sound on that. Got the lights on that. 101. Right, 121. We'll click on that and get some sound going on that. There we are. And some lights. That's it. Right. So no, there's no need to stay to the end, Kelly. Just stay as long as you can. Right, everybody, can you still hear me rabbiting on? Eagle Creek, I'm using the DR5000 with the corresponding sensors. And despite the fact that they've gone bust, which I was told the other day, it's all working well. And the chap that I helped this morning to go live, although he did most of it himself, he was very good. He says you can get a module to change it to the Yamago or whatever it's called, because they've taken them over, and he said it works a lot better. But as I said to him, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm going to leave it as it is, you know. So if you follow my finger, it's sort of the DR5000 sort of under here, yeah, clicking away. Now, another thing you can do with the DR5000, which I'm sure you can do with all the others, is it's got its own little Wi-Fi system. And if I get my phone out and click on and bring up the Z21 app, I can actually control the trains separately. So I will do that just to show you. Now, would you like to see me, or would you like to see the train still? Let me know. I'm quite amenable most of the time, anyway. Except when somebody wants me to do some work that I don't need to. Well, they're supposed to be a lot better, is what Alan said. Now, it's not Alan at Dragon Junction, it's Alan at whatever his name of his channel is, and I can never remember. Which is bad of me. This one in the chat, hang on, where are you? That one. So DigiKeys have gone bust. And the reason it's important is I run my stuff on DigiKeys. So yeah, not that particularly pleased, but as long as it keeps running, I'm I'm quite happy. If it doesn't, then like anything in life, you just have to sort it, don't you? You know. No white walls. Welcome to the stream, my man. I've got the 395 running, but you might notice it's only 5 carriages because one's misbehaving. It's sort of thrown its rattle out the pram, you know. So yes, can you still hear me? I think you should because the camera's sort of just there. And let me know what the sounds sound like. The train sounds, are they as usual under the sea, under the water? I'm not sure if have I put on the I'm not sure if I put on the 68. I think I did. No, I didn't. Right, put some lights on. Put the sound on. Halo lights. There we are. And now it'll take half an hour to start up, like it usually does. So I was going to just going to get me just my normal phone, nothing special, broken. And I'll show you what you have to do. I don't know how well you can see this, probably not very well. But just click on the settings, go to connections, and at the moment it's on TalkTalk, which is what I'm broadcasting to you on. And if you notice, the DR5000 comes up, and it will join on. Now it doesn't join on to the internet; it just joins on to the DR5000. And if you can still read that, what it says is once it's connected, is connected without internet, which is fine, isn't it? So you go out of that, back again, back again, back again. You click on the Google, click on the Z21, and you notice that this has gone blue, which means it's all live. You go to steering, and there's my throttle for this one here. But if I click across, I can get the 03, which is that one. So there's the 03 here, there, and I can just run it over those points, although I don't want to get in the way of the Rossinate. So I can start it up. No lights on this one, but I don't think you'll hear it. And I think I've got to go the other way, have I? It might connect up the other one. Let's have a look. No, it didn't. There we are. So there we are. That's 6 miles an hour. Now this isn't under iTRAINS control. This is under my phone control. But if I click to one of the trains that is under iTRAINS control, and I think I better leave that there, don't you? Leave that there. If I click to one that is under iTRAINS control, for instance, the what we got? There we are. Right, so this is the class 68. I think, is it? Yeah. So I don't quite know why it's showing it going, because it isn't. Yes, it is. Right, interestingly, that has stopped. Dirty bit of track, so yes. So that showed me that it should be going and it wasn't. So let's do a bit of cleaning of that bit of track. It's because it obviously stops there a lot, doesn't it? Let's just give that a bit of a clean with my block. It's worked very well. It does. And I've still got a bit of stuff there for speed testing, although I've still only got one to go, which I haven't managed to do yet. Right, have we got any new? Let's have a look back. No, we've got runs. I suppose a lot of them are on. Somebody else, isn't there, on tonight? I don't know what time it starts. It might be 8 o'clock, all I know. So I thought I'd come on early. So let's go back to the 03. and we'll bring it back in. And maybe do a ball. There we are. You can see that, yeah. So this is on my phone, and I did sometimes wonder if using them separately would set it off, but so far, as you can see, they seem to be okay. There we are. Right, I'm going to go back out of this. If I might need to make a phone call, mightn't I? You never know. So then you go back into settings, go to connections, and click on the Wi-Fi, and then go back to TalkTalk. And there we are. And that's all done. And you do exactly the same with the tablet that you'll see on Friday. So I've got a new video going up Friday, and it's basically using these ones along here and this one. So I hope you all enjoy that. It's basically shunting. And I noticed that Susanna Joachim did one on ops, didn't she, and running. And I really worried she was going to do the same as me, but I don't think hers and ours have bear anything in resemblance, you know. Yeah, the ship is an undertaking. It's a lot of bits, Colin. What glue do you use to hold it together? Because you've got a lot of narrow edges, haven't you, to do, you know? Right, I'm just going to give you a brief look at my mug, if you don't mind. You know, I don't want to waste the cameras, do I? You know, I've got it. I might as well use both of them. Try that one. Right, here we are. So, considering I've got a big bright LED light up there, it's raining dark here, isn't it? Weird. But I've got limited space in which to put cameras, especially when they're on a tripod. I mean, this one's right on the edge of the opening, down into the hallway. So, as you can see, the only advantage of being on OBS is I can have both cameras at once, and I can't on this. Although, Andy, you said that if you have a paid subscription, you probably can, but I don't really think it's worth it for me. I think if you're making money out of it, then yes, it's probably worth it. So I'm hoping you're reading the thing. I'll just put that one up for a minute. Are we still okay with the sounds of the trains, or would you prefer me to turn them off? Right, I'll just take the camera off the tripod, the one that was showing you the layout, and crumbs. Tamica plastic glue, yeah, okay. Yeah, used to use a lot of that in my early days for the old model kits. So how are you actually getting on with it, Colin? Have you actually started gluing any bits together yet? Yeah, you're going to reinforce it, yeah? Make them louder. No, I don't really want to do that. If you want something a bit louder, I can bring the Hattons in. I'll give you the Hattons for a little while, but you'll probably plead for me to take it off. Where are your Hattons? Right down the bottom, eh? There it is. Okay. Right, are you ready for this, peoples? Let's have some lights, some sound. There we are. Okay. And a colour. Well, there you are, white walls. You asked for it. Don't think you'll hear much of the others. No, it's not ideal, is it, on a live stream? I think actually, if you do a live stream on a phone, on a smartphone, you actually get better sound, you know, or you get better sound for the locomotive. But I can't do it on my smartphone because I've not got enough data. I've only got a little bit of data because I don't use it. I don't pay for something I don't want. What make of Class 66 is it? Is it a Hattons one, a Hornby one, or a Bachmann one? Or are you hanging on for the Akira scale one? And I noticed that I think it's one of the N-gauge, he did a little video on putting the lights into the Hornby Class 66. So I did mention that I'd done one. I got a like, but that's all. I haven't had any comment. Obviously, it was about 15 minutes, so it didn't really cover everything. And also, there's this problem with the Hornby 66 in that on the packaging it says it's 8 pin, and actually when you open it up, it's a 21 pin. So that's rather clever of them. King Charles III. What, the man himself or the locomotive? Well, I'm pretty sure that King Charles didn't actually make it. So what make is it? So I'll take you back to the yeah, typical Andy. But there we are. So this chap, he unsoldered the 21 pin and soldered in an 8 pin that he had, you know, with a long lead and all that, which worked because he wanted to use a sound, you know, one of the Hornby sound chips that he had. Not going to use it if you've got it. Hornby, right, there we are. So White Walls, you need to look at his and look at mine and see if we can get some lights in, which you buy from illuminated models. It's very good. It's very fiddly to do. Very fiddly to do, I've got to say. And yeah, it was a bit. Now, yeah, it's under construction. Hang on, let's put that up for you. Oh, well done, Colin. That's good. I take it by the way that you've done all that, you've not done much on iTRAINS, I would imagine. So, for want of kibosing it, it's all going very well, isn't it? I'm really, really pleased. Now, the reason I think it used to have the problem is over by the curved platforms, that's usually where it went out, either coming up to it or going away from it. And I went on somebody's stream and they said, check your lengths, you know, and I checked length and I had, on each stretch of track, you have more than one place where the length of it is. And on the one through the station, there were two different lengths. Only about 5 mil difference, but I put that right, checked all my others around it, and yeah, it seems, as far as I can see, to have sorted it. Anyway, I'm going to put you back to the seeing the trains, and you'll get a lower look at it. So let's go to there. So you go to settings and bring up the other one, which is that one. And there we are. So that's what we got now. So I can now just fine tune it. So there we go. There we are. It's not worth trying to see too much of that. So here's the 08 going backwards and forwards still. So I don't know if you've counted them, but I think I've got 7 trains going here now. We've got the 395, the 101, the 121, the container train with the 68, the 411, and the 08. And have I forgotten any others? And the Hattons, of course. So yeah, really pleased. So I'm glad I came on. So to get more than one camera on StreamYard, you first of all obviously plug them into your USBs on the computer. Check they're working, because what I found is if you plug them into the wrong it's almost as though they're allocated a USB port. Maybe not the first time you do it, but afterwards. And if you plug them into the wrong one, you can't even record on the camera setting on the computer. It sort of starts and then clicks off, after 0.1 of a second. So that's a good sign to see that you've got it right. And when I first plugged these in, I thought it went that way round, and it didn't. And although I had the picture from one of the cameras, it's just black on the other one. So I swapped them around, and yeah, they're fine. So you need to check that you've got them connected right. And the best way to do that is to go into camera on the computer, not through the software, StreamYard. And then all you do is on where all this chat is and the picture that you're transmitting is, there's a button called settings. It's down at the bottom of the screen underneath the picture, and you click the settings and it shows you can choose between different cameras, and it doesn't lose the stream, which is what happens if you try and unplug and then plug another one in. So you must have at least sort of 2 USB sockets on your computer to do it, And I noticed that Alan, iTRAINS in the evening. Oh, right, okay. So shipbuilding in the daytime and then iTRAINS in the evening. Very nice. Come in the dry instead of being out on the dockyard. Very good, Colin. Nice one. So are you saying that StreamYard only reads the onboard camera? Well, you do have to physically change it, So as long as you've got them both plugged in at the computer and they're both working on camera in the computer, it should work when you click on the settings and you have to just pan down. Actually, if you like, I'll just show you. Hang on. I'll click settings. Right, I'm just going to move this a minute. Right. So, hang on, I'll go back again. So there's my screen, and down here, look, it says settings. So if I click on the settings, you don't lose anything. It's there. And then I know it's not particularly clear, but here, if I click on here, oh, that's hard. It keeps moving. That's the 08 going past. Hang on, I'll move the camera out of the way, click on it, and then you get like a drop-down list. And if I click on that one, I can. So I'll click on the other one. God, that is hard. Oh, I know why. I'm trying to click on the picture instead of the thing. So, right. Well, that was strange, wasn't it? And we're getting double. So if I click on that one, I think it is. No, it's the other one. Okay, just a minute. That one. Hey, look, you've got lots of pictures. It's on the other one. Hello. So that's how you do it. I'll go back to the other one. Back to my mug, in it. There we are. So let's go back. And I'll put that back on there. So, I think if you're going to do anything like this, it's worth having a bit of a USB lead so you can plug your camera in and get move it around the layout. I mean, at the moment, I could probably do it on what it's got without any lead, but the one we've got now, I could take it over to that far corner if I wanted to. And if you ask me to, I will. No, it's just on the camera is on the, hang on, I'll show you again. Right. So if I bring up, I don't know how much of that you can see. So bring up your what's name, bring up, click on the Microsoft, yeah, and then it's in here. So you just click on that. I won't do it because I'll probably lose the screen, but you click on that, and they come up, and obviously you have to click between the two, the same, right? Right, so I hope that helps. Yeah, but obviously you do need two cameras. While I'm flying with this one, I'll go over the other side, shall I? Different view. I think we'll probably upset the 08, but never mind. So, I can't actually see what I've got. Hoping that won't be too bad. You might have the ears from the cow. What's that like? What we do, we're going over a bit and up a bit. Yeah. Well, that's fine. That's a bit too high now, isn't it? Well, not bad. Yeah, it can go down a bit, can't it? The thing with this is you push it down a little bit, that you think it's a little bit, and it ends up being quite a lot. Now, as you can see, there's not an awful lot of light over in that corner, so you don't get as good a view as you do down here where I've got all these lights on here. I could try putting on the big light over there, but I think it might make it go flickering. Let's have a look. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Hang on a minute. What's the one? Yeah, you see that flickers with that. That's my my builder's halogen lamp, or the couple of lamps that I've got up there, and it makes it flicker. Now, whether it does the same on the other camera, I don't know. Let's have a look. No, this one's all right, but then it's quite a long way. Now, this is the more modern one. So I'll turn it off because I don't like the flickering. The other thing I could do to get more light is I've got a proper photographer's sort of spotlight. What I tend to use on the when I'm under the layout, Have we got any new on? Have I missed anybody? No, we seem to be. We seem to have our little band of warriors in, don't we? So I hope you can stay with me. How many have I got on? 10. Not great, but there we are. It does. I think it does help if you give a warning, you know. But whatever. Right, I've got to find a lead and somewhere to plug it in. Although it does work on batteries, but I tend to plug it in. Right, let's get that over there. Let's see how we get on with it. Of course, this might make it flash as well. Because I'm not trying this. This is you've got to use it, but I've got it. I'm not going to make use of it. So then, come back to there. Another thing that's quite useful to have when you're doing live streams is a lot of leads. I've got one. Oh yes, plenty of sockets, yeah, big sockets. Right. So you have to be careful with all the leads in the way. Here we are. Now, this is just white light. Does that make it a bit better? You will get the shadow of the camera, no doubt. There we are. Hello, Adi. Welcome. Thank you for finding us. Been going about 47 minutes, so well done. You're doing well with all your videos, Adi. Well done. It's nice to see them just, running on a plainish layout without all the stuff that you usually see them on. So you do well, and all the information you get on them. Really good. So that's light. That's made that a bit brighter there. So that works quite well. You had an internet issue, yeah. I did as well. I tried to hardwire this into my switch, run through my sockets, and it didn't seem to want to connect properly. So I don't know what's going on with that. Went and plugged it in downstairs where it usually sits from my one of my TV boxes, and it went well. So whether there's an issue with some of the wiring, I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so. And although I'm up here with a lot of sockets on, it all comes up on one lead from the bedroom downstairs. And then when I have the layout dormant, I just go and turn it off downstairs and unplug it. So the only things that are live are the lights, and not the big lights, just the little strip light or the big strip light, and these two veranda Venetian ones. So has anybody got any questions about this lot? What's that about, Andy? I've missed it. I'll go back. I don't know. Oh, she missed that. Oh, well, Funnily enough, it's stayed at 80 degrees up here. It's not getting hotter, although I suspect it's getting colder outside. I've got the bathroom and my bedroom door open with the windows open, so I'm hoping I'm getting a bit of fresh air, you know. But yeah, we're doing well. What it's doing to my electric bill, I don't know. But the railway doesn't use a lot, and nor does that light over there because it'll run on batteries. So it's pretty good. 2 computers going. I've got the internet one plugged in, just in case. I think the 868 is stuttering over here, isn't it? It's that bit of white. Yeah. So I think the thing I will say with iTRAINS is you tend to have a lot of, well, in my layout, I've got a lot more trains running than I would normally. Yeah, surprise live stream. Yeah, definitely is. I was umming and ahhing, and I thought, there's nothing on the flaming TV, is there? And there are some box sets I've been watching on iPlayer and the old ITV up thing. But yeah, I just really wanted to see if this would all work as it did this morning with cameras on it. Because we all know what happens when you stick a camera on something, don't we? I've got a few shuttles set up. I think the thing with my iTRAINS is, hello Mark, welcome to the stream, my man. Because it's a train set, so it's not a period and era thing. So I'm not going to have all say 411s or modern Freightliner and whatever. I'll run anything, as you know, even an Italian one. So I tend to just make it up as I go along. I mean, today with the 08 and those couple of wagons, I just made a new route up, or rather, I used an existing route, and then when I tried it, it didn't work, and then I had to play around with it to get it to work. And you just take out what you want. So I've got a lot of ones that are empty with nothing in them, and then I can, if I want to do, say, go from the middle to the far big fiddle yard, I've got one there, but with no train in it, so I just add it in, So, as I've said before, I hope I'm not stopping you from going on a regular stream, and I suspect I wouldn't anyway, but if I am, please go, I'm only doing this just really, in a way, it's a test, but it's so far, touch wood, it's doing okay. I touched my wooden tea trolley that I made when I was in school, which has done sterling work and somewhere to put the computer on. You don't really, you just literally change the loco. So you can sort of bring up the train, right? So no locomotive will run by itself as a loco. It's got to be a train. So the Hattons is basically a train. It's signified in iTRAINS as a train. So that's a light engine, really, isn't it? So you go in and make sure that your loco. Now, the one thing you can't do is if you've got a loco on one train, you can't put it on another one. So you have to then go and take that off of that one to put it in another one. So it can take a bit of waffling about, So you just go into the required bit, and there are a lot of bits, as Colin will tell you, and swap them around. But you are physically moving, that engine into that train, as well as the carriages, I mean, if I move this other camera, and lower it. I'll see if I can just show you quickly. I know you'd rather see the the trains going down. By moving this, at least you don't get my mud anymore. So let's drop him down a bit, or quite a bit. So of course, Collins Engage's got all this fun to come, but he's definitely getting there. I must admit, he's doing very well. I mean, I think he was definitely more advanced than me to start with, because he had blocks in his last one and sort of sensors. So I don't know how well this is going to be. Right, so I'm just going to switch from the trains and go to the next camera. And I don't know how much you're going to see. Why is it always at an angle? Weird, isn't it? Well, unfortunately, my webcams, you can't sort of pan them in, you know, you can't zoom them in. So it's about as close as I can get it. But if you use the right mouse, which is helpful, and if I go to edit, and then you just bring up, so there are all my locomotives, okay? And down here there's a tick, which means that you can use them, but it doesn't mean that they're free to go into a train. So, and at the moment, look, the Hatton 66. So if I bring the image up, you've got the image, and this particular one is called, well, it's actually a solo, really. So it's a solo engine, but it's actually still under the Freightliner, but it hasn't got anything else except, yeah, right, yeah, I'm getting confused there. Right, let's go. So if I now bring up the trains, is there. So these are my trains down here, and I hope you can sort of see that. And you can see I've got the Hatton 66 up there, and it's a solo loco, but it's still a train. It's not a loco. The loco is what's in the other set, right? And you can just click on whichever one you want. So, so the Class 08 is a little small banana train. Now it's not. I've just used it, and I just used some different wagons. But I've added the chauffeur in there, and then I've got the two wagons here. And I could add more. I've got two more here I could add on. And then it adds it up, and that where that arrow is now, if you can see it, that's the length of that train. So iTRAINS then knows how long the train is, okay? So I hope that is reasonably clear. Now, what other one have we got here? Let's have a look. So I've got the Janus here as a solo engine, but I haven't actually got it in the stream because I was doing it manually, you know, and it's not ticked. And a lot of these aren't ticked. I've only really ticked the ones that I'm using. So there's the 121 train, and again it's a train, you know. And in this case, it is, isn't it? The same as the 101. So there's the 101. Now, I did the 101 all as one complete train. So it's not the engine, the motor bit, and then the carriage. I did that all as a complete train, and that seems to work quite well. So, yeah. So I hope that helps a bit. I hope I'm not boring you to death. Well, yeah, you know, it depends what you want, really. I mean, I did it because I wanted to run more trains on my school layout. So in other words, I saw Alan at Dragon Junction Mark II, you know, with his huge layout, and he can run two fairly long trains on each track and keep them apart manually. If I try and do it on here, I ain't got open hell, you know. And I'm sure you'll agree, having seen what I'm doing here, you know, there's no way I could keep all this lot going, especially considering that two of the tracks, or three of the tracks come together at some stages. So that's why. I'll get you back to seeing the trains. So yes, it's what you want. And the fact is, um, the fact is, I am running a few trains, but I'm running a few trains that I would have no way of doing manually. The best I could do manually would be three, because I've got three complete loops. I can't use the fourth loop, which goes behind the back seat or down here, because they converge, and I'd have to keep switching the points to make them so that they don't, and keep stopping them. So you know, it's quite difficult. Yeah, you can run all trains manually, as Colin's saying there. I'll pick that up for you. Yeah, you can, or you can do them semi-manually, sort of thing. What I haven't tried is trying to run one of the trains manually, with all these running automatically, because I used to think that was why it would go out of position. But now that I seem to have sorted it, touch wood, I'm getting in a pickle here. Right, here we are. Yeah. Right, just see where I am. Just a minute. There we are. Right, how we doing? Yeah, but this is it. That's what I had. I'd have three trains running. And yes, I can do that if I want. If I just want to come up here. But as you'll see on Friday, I came up here after quite a hard day, and I didn't want all the palaver setting up iTRAINS. Not that it's difficult. Don't get me wrong. It's not difficult. And I just came up. I didn't have the computer up with iTRAINS on. I didn't have the computer up doing the live stream. All I had was the DR5000 that's up here all the time, and my phone and my tablet. And you'll see me operate these trains that are right at the, right up where I'm talking to you from. It is. It's a challenge. I think I'm pretty sure that Colin will agree with me. But to be honest, at the end of the day, as long as you get the hardware wired up properly, and that's basically your blocks and everything, and if any of you are thinking of doing this, and I suspect from what you're saying you're not, you can't have too many droppers, is what I say. Now, when I first started, I was told that it's probably better to have, on a long bit, to have different blocks, but all in one block. But all I've done is I've just put multiple cables from each length of block and join them together, and then run one cable to the sensor. and that seems to work. Now, whether it would work without some of the other units, I don't know, but with mine it does, you know. So I'm quite happy. And yes, it is interesting. It can be frustrating. I'm not kidding you. But then Friday's video, you'll see. I expect some of you would have been really frustrated me trying to uncouple the wagons, but I just found it a bit of fun, and it's a challenge, you know. So I've got 13 on, so welcome any new ones. Have I missed anybody? Hopefully Mark will stay awake. You're going, Andy, are you? Okay, well, I missed you there. So if you're still here, thank you for coming. And you enjoyed your stream this morning, or this afternoon, rather. And yes, I agree with you. It's not that easy to keep track of the comments, but you've got to keep looking backwards and forwards, really. And if you start taking trains and that off, you're not, are you? But otherwise, it was great. So, how are we doing? Right, I'm really running out of juice here. So, I'm pretty happy with this. It's been running for well over an hour. And the only little hassle we had was the DMU coming off, couldn't we? Derailing, confusing it. And even with that, you see, with the DR5000, it just clicks off, and you sort out the fuse, and you push stop and push go, and it all starts up again from where it was. You do have to make sure that you've got the one that caused the whoopsie in somewhere, and maybe have that off and then put it back on again. But otherwise, that's all you need to do. Yeah, that's exactly right, Whitewall. Yeah, that's exactly right. Because this layout sort of grew, you know, and it grew by just looking at it and thinking, what can I do next, you know? So originally I had sort of this siding, so where the 395 is going past me here, you know, that used to just be a little siding. If you look at the ones that were down on the table, that didn't go anywhere. It went behind that curved station up against the back seam, and it stopped just behind it, you know. So it was, you know, I've sort of adapted it now. I think you'd agree that most people in a loft would run it round the outside of the loft and get quite long runs. And yes, I suppose if I'd have wanted to get rid of this one and do that, but I've had to clear all this stuff out, and it took quite a bit just to get enough out to get this bit in. So it works. I like this layout. You can see it all running, and it's a roundy, but you know, even this this huge 140-foot one at Gets this year, you know, it's a roundy. It's such a big roundy. You don't realise it is, but it is a roundy. They all go into the old fiddle yard there at the back and just go round and round, don't they? So yeah. So how are we doing for time? It's just coming up to 7:30. So I think I'll probably go for another quarter of an hour if you can all put up with me for that long. And then I'll stop it because I just want to turn everything off and be time for me tea at 8 o'clock, won't it? And this refreshment will be gone by then. I've got a little mouthful left. So thank you all, you 14 that are on. I hope you're enjoying it. Please let me know if you don't. Also, let me know if you've got any other questions or if you want any information. If I've got the information, I'll let you see it. Now, I've just I moved the camera that's usually my mug to another position. So let's have a look and see what I've got on there. It is at a layout, but I'm not quite sure what it will look like. Yeah, there we are. So as you can see, not too bad. And I think you'd agree. It's this little 10 foot by 4 and a bit foot is a hive of activity, isn't it? I do notice on some of the videos from shows, they have these huge layouts and people are filming them and there's nothing running. It's a real shame, isn't it? Yeah, that is absolutely, yeah. Anybody thinking that's absolutely right. Collins hit it on the head. And as you saw, 5 mil seemed to make all that problems with the trains going out of position because the computer lost track of it, I suppose. It was expecting it to be there and it wasn't, or it was already going into the next block. So yeah. Um, Well, I don't know, Adi. You make your videos, don't you? And I'm sure when you first started making videos, it was all a bit advanced, and you've learnt your way through it, and you do a good job. Um, and this is, to be honest, this is absolutely no different. You just sort of work your way through. And yes, there's a lot of stuff to work your way through, but you get there in the end. And when it's running like this, absolutely great. I'm really pleased. Wow. So the chap I helped to go live yesterday, another Alan, by the way. He's running train controller. Power. That's one advantage of having lights in these logos. At least you can see if they've still got power, can't you? So the thing with a 68 with the sound on it, it takes a long time to start up again, doesn't it? I think it should be going. Let's give that another clean. You're backhanded, good man. So I had steak for dinner. As they were doing cheap cuts of it, £2.25. I mean, okay, it's not huge and not very thick, but it was very nice. Had mushrooms with it and runner beans and spuds. And then I had banana and grapes, milk, cream and ice cream for pudding, and a coffee to finish it. And my drink to wash it down, the one that I'm actually about to finish now. The 68 would go quicker if I turn the sound off, basically. I'm not sure it has got a quick start. It was always a long-winded one. When I first bought it, I couldn't believe how long it took to start up and move, So yeah, it is a bit of a, oh dear. Hey, the old 101's done a whoopsie again, everybody. Station. So that point that it prevails on gets a lot of use because it's there's quite a few trains going over it all the time. So I'm assuming it just gets to build up the dirt. So give that a nice clean. So, and of course, if you're just doing it normal manual, you tend just to have them running around. You just seem to have them running around all the time, and they're, you know, these are all stopping and starting all the time, you know. There we are. I think the 101 might well be out of position here. It sort of missed the station completely. And you just heard the Hattons starting up again. So if the Hatton's not going, which it won't while it's starting, then nor does the 411, because it's obviously just behind it. So you just have to wait for everything to sort itself out. But it does. What did you curse, Russell? 101? No, these things happen. I mean, even on a, you know, when you're running it manually, you get problems, don't you? One of the problems I've had for quite a long time is one of the points, you know, where the switch blades come detached from the actual bar that they're on. And I've been sort of pushing it back, you know. And today I got fed up with it going, and I put a little drop of glue on it after I got it back in, and I'm hoping it's going to fix it. But it used to have both rails connected at the same time, which doesn't help the trains one little bit, you know. So let's see if the 101 behaves this time. And it gets to go ahead to go. Yeah, it does seem to run quite well. I mean, obviously I've got no gradients on this, although saying that, when you look down it, you know, there are dips, and especially on the big fiddle yard over there, yeah, it's pretty pretty up and down, because I didn't have put enough supports in the middle of one of them. But it, you know, it gives you a bit of character, doesn't it? It's a pity I can't join it up at the other end and run them through it and look all right. No, Russell, we had the 101 played a whoopsie before, so it's nothing to do with you. No, they are going very, very well, as I'm sure you'll all agree. I mean, I'm sure you've seen some of my other streams, especially the one with Alan, and it was forever going out of position. And if I hadn't had Alan to answer the chat, then I don't think I would have said anything to anybody. I'll give you the other camera, still there. One there. Well, I've got the light on it. I might as well make use of it, mightn't I? Oh, hello, John. Piccadilly. Well done, young man. I am live. Yeah, I am still live. Yeah. I think I'd have a bit of trouble doing this if I'd passed away, wouldn't I? That's not really what's happening, Colin, is it? What's happening is the train is derailing, or the engine is derailing, and the wheels are coming in contact with the live and the neutral. Yes, I know it's not live and neutral in DCC, but you know what I mean. And it just fuses the system. So the minute it fuses the system, it goes off. If you look at it, what's a very good thing on this, and if you are thinking of doing anything like, is the buffer stocks with the lights, the little LED lights on, because it tells you whether you've got power to the layout or not. I mean, I always look for that to come on when I turn it all on. And obviously, if is Mark going, is he? No, you go back to me, Mark. That's all right. And thank you very much for waking up to come and have a look at it. It's all right. Cheers. Watch out for the next one, whatever that might be. But as I say, I've got a video, not a live stream, but a video out on Friday, which, no, quite, John. That's all right, mate. I'll always twist what you know what I like. All we need now is Alan. Then we've got set. But he's obviously far too busy doing whatever he's doing. It's fine, you know. But although if you can't do a live one on a Sunday with a bank holiday, why not? You know. And I hope I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. And if I am, I apologise. But you know, I'm sure there's enough viewers to go around. I am a one, yeah, absolutely. Probably not unique, but yeah. I seem to remember somebody breaking the mould up when I was made. I think somebody in the hospital sort of dropped it out the top floor window, you know. Well, I expect he's sitting on his lap. I would imagine so. Whether he controls the trains from there, I'm not so sure. But yeah, it will be, couldn't it? Or maybe he's having a paint inside. Oh no, we get Dino in for that, don't we? So everybody, about 5 minutes to go, if you're happy with that. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you haven't, then I am very sorry, but I have. And I'm very pleased. We just messaged him. Okay, well, if Alan comes on, I'll stay for another 5 minutes after. But I suspect he might be a bit busy, so we'll see how we go. Not that I've spoken to him. And yes, John, I am. The trains are live. It's actually happening as you watch it. Dino's not too well. That's a shame, isn't it? What do you think of his decision to go from our sort of double O down to the Marklin system? I mean, I must admit that Anthony's one really runs well, doesn't it? You know, he got the flu, has he? Oh dear. Still, you know, it's life, isn't it? You can't just need to get over it, you know. What's that one? Oh right. Yeah, but you've got different boosters, haven't you, Colin? So you've got your layout split up into sections, haven't you? So you get the power from one booster to that one, and then power to another section. So if you have a fuse in one section, it doesn't blow the other. But mine's all on one lot. Mine is absolutely just straight out the DR5000 into the track, albeit with a lot of droppers. So I think probably with your one, Colin, you need that because it's going to be such a big layout, isn't it? But for this little one, it's a lot of expense for this, and change from DCC train all the way automation. This is what he told me, and it's worked. Yes, it's taken. Alan's in the bar. Okay. Well, it wouldn't stop him coming and looking, would it? Because we won't be able to see him. Power districts, yes. But this hasn't. This has got blocks, yes. But it's all on one lot of power, straight out the DR5000. So nice and simple, basically. All I have to do to finish is stop all the trains when they get to the end of their route, because they always stop. Turn the power off to them, the sounds. Click on iTRAINS to stop, and the power goes out and your lights go out on the buffer stops. And then disconnect iTRAINS, and then when that's disconnected, take the DR5000 off the screen, because it's behind what's you're behind. DR5000 is up behind the iTRAINS base stuff, and then just unplug it, and then turn the computer off, and away we go. And obviously with the live, I've got a bit more stuff with the live lot, He thinks I should stop for tea. So does that mean he'll get out of the bath and come and watch it? Have a look. Hello, Dino. I understand you're not very well, mister. Is that right? Well, I could stop for tea, I suppose. It's all ready to go. Okay, I'll do that. Hello, Mick. There's the man that I had help from before as well. So this is the other chap that used to help me. Alan was the one I helped on the live stream, and Mick is the other one that helped me with iTRAINS, and it all helps a lot. It's great. So Dino's got man flu, he says. Well, I should certainly hope so, because if you've got women's flu, you're in trouble, aren't you? I can think of somebody that might have that, but I won't say who it is. So yeah, I have tried the back-to-back. As I said, I oiled the coupling because I felt it might be the coupling that was sticking, which it isn't. So I don't know. I'll see. I might even change the bogies over from one end to the other and see if that helps it, stops it. Because I'm pretty sure if I ran the train the other way or turned it round so it was running backwards, it'd probably be all right. You don't know. But it's only that one coach that is giving me a problem. And before now, I've sorted it. I've cleaned the track in there and it's been okay. But this morning it just wouldn't, just would not. I spent about half an hour, 3/4 of an hour trying to get it work. So yeah, get better, Dino. You've got a railway to build, haven't you? So I'm holding up quite well with 14 on the stream. So I'm pleased with that. I don't know how many likes I've got because I can't see on here. I hope I've got a few. So been going for an hour and a half now, except for that 101 copy, Lightning It's Copy Book once or twice, and it may be not its fault. I've been really pleased, really great. Now, if I've got another load of trains on, which I will do, I might have the problem back again, but I don't think so, because the ones that were giving me real shit were the the 68 and the Hatton 66, and they're both on here. It can be if the trains are too long, I think, but I'm not quite sure about that, you know. Hello, Eagle Creek. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's been on before, isn't it? Sorry. I think I need my cup of tea, don't I? Or my mug of tea. So the next phase of iTRAINS is there's a section called Actions, and I have used it a couple of times. I did one where the trains left at a specific time because you can time them to leave when you want them to. But there are a whole load of things in that you can do. And I think when you see these layouts with iTRAINS and they have all these trains leaving and then departing and coming back and whatever, I think a lot of that and you know, blowing the horn and all this, I think that's in Actions, you know. Hello, Bally 56XX. Well, you're an hour and a half late, but as I didn't put up a warning, I can't hardly blame you for that. So thank you for coming. And we're awaiting Lord L coming, although the last we heard he was in his bath. So at least he'll be clean if he makes it. And he's told me to make a cup of tea, so we'll go on a bit longer. So it won't hurt. I don't actually have to get up in the morning. I must admit that I'm a little bit a creature of habit, and I do find it difficult not doing the habit, you know. But, you know, after all, I have started to stream at 9 o'clock, finished at 11, so I can do it. Not for a while I haven't done that, but, you know. What's that, Colin? What have I missed? Alan is watching, is he? Hello, Alan. It's no good just watching, mate. We need you in the stream. You know, we've got to get our tea going, haven't we? Although I must admit, Andy and Colin and all the others are doing a sterling job in trying to fill your shoes. And really, I think they are succeeding, to be honest. But, you know, it wouldn't hurt to have an extra pair of shoes in, would it? Thank you, John, for that information. So is he still in the bath with his tablet or his computer? I hope not. Could be a bit naughty, couldn't it? So let's swap and have a look at the other camera that I had up. Although I like that one, I think that's quite good. That one we got there, isn't it? There we are. So as I say, I wish I could get some webcams that you can zoom in on. It would help a bit. Clean as a Tesco chicken. Right, yeah. Well, you're not meant to wash chickens, are you? You're supposed to just cook them as they come. That's what I always do. So, as I was saying to Alan, not Alan Dragon Junction, Alan from his layout, I can't remember. Sorry, mister. And there he is. The Lord is in the house. Hopefully not in his loo, but you never know. But Alan could be in bed, I suppose. Done that before now. So, hope you're well, Alan. I noticed, did you make it on Anthony's stream on Friday? If you did, it wasn't while I was on it, but yeah. So, are you? I think I'd rather not know what you're actually doing on the phone, Alan. But depending where you are, I suppose. I hope you're not in the bath with the phone, because it won't do it any good if you drop it in. And it could cause serious injury. Who's Ben? I notice there's a Ben here. So somebody tell me. Oh, hang on, where is he? Hi, Ben. Who's Ben? As I said, I'm not very good on names. That's what they've been talking about you before you came on, Alan. Clean Alan could be dangerous. Oh dear. Well, it's open a dirty one, I suppose. We've got there we are, Alan. I've got a light from Colin, so there we are. I'm okay. Oh, that's interesting. I think something's gone out. Why has that stopped there? Hang on a minute. The 395 is. What's the other? Right, now what's happening? Power. Interesting. The lights have not on in. Hang on a minute. Put the lights back on. There we are. Open it. Yep. Yep. Put the lights back on. So could be another bit of dirty track again, I suppose. Well, better wait for the 101 to go past. See if that stops. Pulls out. Right. 395. Right, what have I missed? Penny's Eagle Creek. Oh, thank you. But again, I do apologise. I just you're talking to me, are you? Ah, new comments. Where are we? What was that one? It's easier to do a live stream than on your phone than that phone that you're on, is it? Okay. Yeah. So what seems to be happening is with all this running, it's well, I finished my drink. Yeah, so the only thing that seems to be a problem with running them this long is the track gets dirty. So thank God for a bit of glass paper block. Your eyes are leaking again, Alan, are you? Well, that's pretty quick. Is there an outside force in Wales that is causing you to do that, or is it all us lot? I think I got that out of order, didn't I? Can it? So then that was that. John, yeah. Don't forget to put the mask on, John. Right. If you be nice and talk between each of you, I'm sure you could do that. Um, I think if it was just YouTubers talking to each other, we'd win Eurovision, wouldn't we? But I'm just going to go and see if I can make this cup of tea. But I'm going to move this camera first because it's in the way. So hang on a minute. Let's get the sick bag out. I'll move it up this way a bit without touching the tables. And we'll see what we can see from up here. I'm sure you don't want to see me too much. Here we are. Right. I'll go down a bit. Down a bit, Robert. What we get from there, shall we? That looks a bit dark here. That's yeah, it looks a bit dark, doesn't it? But there we are. Might be help. Oh yeah, they've all gone silent on me. I've got 15 on now, so welcome any new ones, any that can't actually chat. Why not? Get a YouTube account. You don't actually have to put anything up on it. You can just get a YouTube account and you can then comment and subscribe and whatever. And be in the middle, be in the middle of it. Right, I'm going to go and get the tea. And hopefully the trains are going to behave. Hopefully. I think what I'm going to do is I just want to bring the that one down so I can see whether it's playing up on it. That one. Right, so I'll see you in a minute, everybody. Twiddle your thumbs or pick your nose or wipe the other bit. Oh no, he's just had a bath, hasn't he? You don't want to do that now. Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah. We'll see how we go. Shouldn't take me too long to do this. I'm departing the station at the moment. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, everybody, what you've been saying behind me back. And my dishwasher has got another quarter of an hour to go. No, I think I've seen all Midsummer Murders, right back from John Nettles' day. Good God, we got him on. Hello, Peter. Is the leek a vegetable in your garden, or is it the other thing? A cuppa, yeah. Hang on, let's have a look. Tea time, yeah, absolutely. Oh, right, that's where Midsummer Murders came from, is it? I mean, you were busy, weren't you? Funny enough, they've worked quite well, haven't they? I believe, haven't they? So, because I can still actually hear them running down in the kitchen while I'm doing the tea. I mean, there's a little, well, I suppose a murmur, you know. No, yeah, as to on Fridays, Peter. So, no, I don't have a Tesco. I've got to go to Colchester or Ipswich for a Tesco, so, or Clacton on Sea. So, no, don't go there. You're still in the bar, Alan, are you? I was nowhere near 10 minutes. I ate something stopped. There we are. Upset it by coming back. What one stopped? Get in again. It's in again. Yeah. I think I might have to rest the old 60. I think you might be getting a bit tired. Well, actually, it's not been that chaotic, is it, really? Okay, where do frogs keep their money? Is that right? Well done, Dino. The riverbank. Okay, fair enough. Yep. There we are. Oh, nice drop of tea. Absolutely, yeah. Peter. That's going back a bit, isn't it? It's really funny this. I keep always having 14 on, so as more come on, others go off. Never mind. Right, I'll show you the other picture because for the new arrivals. Have a look. That one. There we are.